Where were you at the time of the robbery and assault?
I was home treating my poison ivy.
How long have you and Jumbo how long have you been married?
5 years. Please proceed.
Why were you bathing in the juice?
To help it treat my poison ivy.
No further questions.
Mr. Jumbo, please tell me where you were on the night of October 31st.
I was at home treating my poison ivy.
When did you get fired from Gus and Jenny's gas and grocery store? When?
About 2 years ago.
Is it true that you wrote an angry letter to Gus?
Yes.
What is your favorite thing to do?
Do my job.
Okay.
Order.
Who were the actors in the movie that you were allegedly watching the night of the crime?
You mean like the real actors were in it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. This is Napoleon Dynamite, so it was. Oh my god. I'm not really sure about the actors.
No further questions. Where were you at the time of the robbery and assault?
I was cleaning houses because that was my job.
How long have you and Jumbo been married?
4 years.
Does Jumbo know who you really are?
No, and I don't want anyone to know who I am.
Okay. Were you familiar with the fact that a female called the police station and turned herself in the night of the crime? How long have you been married, Mr. Jumbo?
4 years.
I wonder why you said 5. Were you aware of Jumbo's hobbies? And if so, would you be able to name some?
I don't know.
Okay. And is there anyone at all that knows your true identity?
No.
Thank you. The prosecution has no further questions.
How long have you known Jumbo?
A few years.
Why do you think that he was not capable of doing the crime?
Because he has a tight schedule. He had a tight schedule. And he needed to get rid of his poison ivy.
Okay. Did he work for you?
Yes.
Thank you.
Do you know personally, Mr. Sonda, that Jumbo was stealing your product?
He wasn't really stealing. I suggested that for him to get rid of his poison ivy.
Did he pay for it in any way?
No. I let him use it.
Okay. When did you employ Mr. Johnson?
I employed Mr. Johnson about a year or 2 ago.
Okay. What is your reasoning for defending him?
I know he is not capable of doing this crime because he is too nice to do this crime, and he did have a tight schedule, as I said earlier.
Oh, because he only had one job at the time? Okay. And how long have you known Mr. Jumbo?
I've known him for a few years. A few years?
Okay. Thank you. Do you trust Jumbo?
I trust him with my life.
Where were you the night of the crime?
I was at my house.
What time did Jumbo call you?
At about 12:20 a.m.
How long have you known Mr. Jumbo?
For a few years now.
How many times has he helped you in your kitchen
Several times.
when you've miraculously been out of stuff? Okay. If the community found out about your eating disorder, would the reputation of your soup kitchen take a hit?
No.
Prosecution, before
Defense, do you?
Ever since high school.
Where were you at 9 the night Jumbo called you?
I was at home the night of the call.
How do you know Jumbo was incapable for causing the crime?
He was incapable of causing the crime because as a high school track runner, he was a hurdler and ended up getting injured. So from now on, he's incapable of running home from the scene.
Thank you.
Your witness.
Tell me your relationship with Mr. Jumbo Johnson.
We're pretty close
Why did Jumbo call you the night of the crime?
because of his injury, it was acting up again.
Is there a slight possibility that Jumbo lied to you about him running?
No.
Did you help him after he called you?
Well, he set an appointment.
Any further questions for your witness?
Nope.
All right. You may sit down. Defense, your evidence.
This is the money from his apartment. Even though he does have a gambling problem, it's not very relevant to the case.
Objection.
Even though there is $200 outside, anyone could have put that there. This is the footprint found at the case, a size 5, which Jenny said that the robber had very large feet, which was not true.
What size shoe does he wear, by chance?
What?
What size shoe do you wear?
5?
No, you don't.
Oh, wait.
Those on your feet, what size are they?
These are about 6s.
This is the letter from the doctor stating that Jumbo Johnson's prosthetic leg is not suitable to withstand intense direct pressure, for example, a bullet.
Can I see
Signed,
a copy of this, please? Overruled for now. All right. More evidence?
and this is the phone records. At 9 o'clock, a call from Becky Bradberger, and at 12:20, a call from Bart Bradgiver. And this concludes our evidence.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this case is not about he said, she said. This case is about the facts. When you were young and you lied to your parents, they knew. Just like you know that Mr. Jumbo is guilty of this crime. You can see it in his face. A trained investigator, a seasoned police officer, tracked him to his door, and what was found there? Money. $200 to be exact. I don't know about you, but if I lost $200 and was covered in poison ivy, I would be out looking for my money, not soaking in a tub of Sunny Centrop juice. Mr. Jumbo did not care about the money because it wasn't his in the first place. He stole it. The Sunny Centrop juice found on the doorknob of his apartment was on the outside handle, so the juice did not come from inside the apartment. It came from somewhere outside, like when he slipped and fell in the store that night and placed his hand in the juice. Mr. Jumbo did another thing. He had to disguise himself because he lived in the neighborhood. One of Mr. Jumbo's hobbies is arts and crafts. It was nothing for him to make a fat suit and place a paper bag over his head with mouth and eyes cut out. And what was found in his locker? Paper bags and a pair of scissors. How convenient. Imagine that. Why did he have extra bags? I'll tell you why. Because if he messed up, he could do it over and over and over again until he got the eyes and mouth just right. You say, where's the gun? Only one person can answer that. Mr. Jumbo. Mr. Jumbo had 3 miles to get rid of the gun that night. Our only hope is that the police find it before some small child. Mr. Jumbo has total disregard for human life. It's almost like he wants to be caught. With all the evidence that was found that night, Mr. Jumbo wants to be put away. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, let's give Mr. Jumbo what he wants. Mr. Jumbo is guilty and needs to be removed from society, and you have the power to do it. When you deliberate, carefully review the facts of this case, and not what the defense would have you believe. This is not Disneyland. The facts are the facts. Mr. Jumbo is guilty.
Our client, Joel Johnson, is not guilty of all charges against him, therefore, he is not guilty because all evidence found after was when Clyde Crowlester illegally forced into his apartment, taking his rights away, abiding not by the Constitution, but by what he thinks. So, our client, Joel Johnson, is not guilty.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, have you reached a verdict?
Your Honor, we find Jumbo Johnson guilty as charged.
Thank you very much. Please take a seat.